This is Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Body with Dr. Schuyler. Discover how your thoughts manifest disease and what you can do about it. Here's your host, Dr. Schuyler.
Hi, I'm Dr. Schuyler, a licensed therapist and a mind-body expert. Welcome back to Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Body. So I've been getting into what exactly is the mind-body connection. And in previous episodes, what I went over was the glue that binds the mind and body together are emotions. So that is the premise for understanding what is a mind-body connection. And then we also went into the limbic system, fight or flight, how significant that plays in the mind-body connection, and also went over the healing phases. What exactly are the healing phases? It could be martyr, victim, survivor, thriver, warrior, how all those phases of healing and phases of life actually impact our emotions. So today we're going to do a deeper dive into what is a mind-body connection of emotions. And we're going to get into emotional contagion, catching vibes. Vibes are contagious versus what is emotional safety. So as we take this deep dive in this very hot topic of emotional contagion, the number one answer that I get when I ask my patients is, what's the one thing that you wish you could change about your life that's out of your control? And the answer is, my parents are always freaking out. My partner, my spouse is always angry or stressed out or anxious. Or my work is tripping me out. It's so stressful at work. The number one answer is always about how other people's stress and anxiety is impacting them and they have no control over that. So what exactly is that? What is this emotional contagion, and why is catching other people's vibes impacting us so much? So in 2017, there is a study, is a physiological dynamics of stress contagion. And so what it discovered was through our skin, we actually catch cortisol. When someone that you are around is having a stressful or anxious moment, they're releasing cortisol, one of many things, but they're releasing cortisol into their bloodstream. Those little molecules, those particles, are leaving their bloodstream, leaving their skin, traveling through the air, boop, landing on your skin, and absorbing into your bloodstream. You are literally catching someone else's stress. It's like a virus. It's highly, highly contagious. Floats through the air. University of California does a lot of research on emotional contagion. And what they had found in their studies was not only verbal anxiety and stress is contagious, but so is nonverbal. Just watching someone across the room having a stressful event or an anxious moment raises cortisol levels within the participant. What the studies have shown is that when you are around someone that's a stranger, witnessing them have a stress response, your personal cortisol levels will raise 20%. When you're around someone you love or care about, that doubles. 40% of your cortisol levels will increase. Your cortisol levels will increase by 40% when you are around someone that you love, who they themselves is having an issue, not even you. So now we have two areas if you think about it. The little molecules dancing across the air, landing on your skin, absorbing your bloodstream, you're catching their vibes, you're catching their stress. Now you're witnessing someone else have stress, and your stress goes up by 40%. And what we talked about in previous episodes, imagine what this is doing to your health, your anxiety, your disease and wellness process. You're infiltrated now by other people's stress. That actually is a really big impact on our disease, health, wellness journey. Excuse me. So emotional contagion is also not just a virus that we catch or a virus that we witness. It's hardwired into our mind and body. How is it hardwired? Through something called mirror neurons. And this was first discovered in monkeys. And the best way to kind of describe these little neurons that hang out in our brain was if I was described to you something disgusting, like dirty fingernails when they're handing you your food at the server and you can see the server's like touched your hamburger or something, their nails are all dirty and gross. Or nails on the chalkboard. We can start having a physiological response. The one that grosses me out is an unflushed public toilet. Like, if I really start giving these examples, you may even begin to empathize with these images and start experiencing these images with me. Or if I was to talk about yawning, or you're to witness someone across the room yawning, you're going to start yawning. What is that? Why do we catch other people's yawns? And why is it if we think about something that someone else has experienced, we actually can experience disgust too? Or if I was to tell you about a really bad fall I had and how much pain I was in, you may begin to experience mirror neurons of pain, empathy. And why do some people have more empathy than others? Great topic of debate, great topic of research, and it's like there's an us versus them, like the impasse versus them. Well, we all to some degree have these mirror neurons, and these mirror neurons are able to pick up things, biometrics, biophysiological responses in other people. So what biophysiological responses? Heart rate, breath, even pupils dilating, microfacial expressions, nostrils flare, little smiley, little upturns of the lips, eyebrows, little nuances that our subconscious mind picks up in other people. We also pick up smells. Another way to detect stress in other people. You may not realize it, you can smell it like with your nose, but your mind can smell the cortisol as if like we're dogs or something. So now you've got this emotional contagion, stress in the bloodstream, visually seeing someone, now you can smell it. Now you have these mirror neurons that are picking up these biometric nuances in somebody. So the brain is constantly scanning for these threat detections. Scan. Are you safe? Are you not safe? Do I need the alarm bells? Not alarm bells. So when you think about the mind-body connection, who you spend your time with has a very significant impact on your health, your disease, and your wellness. Who we spend our time with can impact whether we heal or not heal. It's very difficult to heal in the same places where you're being harmed. So when you take in consideration the mirror neurons that we can detect and see and imitate in other people as if we are recreating the event ourselves, that's how the mirror neurons work. Whether we're imitating it or recreating it, the same mirror neurons work exactly the same. We can smell it. We can detect it in nuances in the biometrics. We actually catch other people's vibes, like a contagion, like viruses. So words may lie, biometrics don't. Energy doesn't lie. So when you're looking at this whole concept of you understand people to a level you can't quite put your finger on, this is the reason why. When someone walks into the room and they don't say a word, but something in you just knows it's off, mirror neurons, stress contagion, smelling the cortisol that you can't quite pick up, but your mind can. Your brain is always looking for ways to keep you safe and keep you away from danger. As this relates to the mind-body connection, who you spend your time with significantly impacts autoimmune and GI disorders and overall wellness. One of the things that I like to do is practice protecting my peace. Having healed from many dark nights of the soul, as well as an autoimmune, I have come to really not only become a student of protecting my peace, but I really try to master it. Now, I can never, as everyone out there, we can't control how other people act or respond or behave or think. But what I can control is my own internal state and protecting my own peace that I've worked very hard for. So I imagine this cake dome. So when I'm around someone with bad vibes, it literally could still be my kids. They come and run in hot all the time. 2 teenage girls, I never know which vibe they're going to bring into the house. Love them. I'll be empathetic towards them. But if they're really running hot, and they always say running hot because I'm a horse girl, I have an Arabian and she always runs hot. But when they come in running hot, I imagine this cake dome goes over me. I'm going to be there for them, but I'm not going to catch their vibes because that makes my heart race. It starts changing my stomach, starts changing my biologics. And it's important to me that I protect my internal state. I protect my wellness process. My patients, a lot of the kids like to use Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak. And when I'm teaching how to protect your peace and emotional safety, we cannot force other people in our lives to keep us emotionally safe. Oh my Lord, I wish we could. I push a button for everyone out there, but we can't. But we can start to create our own emotional safety. So I'll have the children picture they're in this invisibility cloak and they protect themselves and they're not catching other people's stress contagions. Or if your partner or significant other is causing you stress or causing you to feel unwell inside for some reason, you can imagine this cake dome or you're in bubble wrap or saran wrap. You can look for ways to protect your own peace from people that might be emotionally harming you. You can also spend time with people that create emotional safety. And emotional safety feels calm. It feels peaceful. You can create it within and you can also spread it. Remember, emotions are contagious. So if you feel emotionally safe inside, are you providing that for your family? If you're a parent with a child with an autoimmune or GI disorder, are you bringing emotional safety or are you bringing a stress contagion? What vibes are you transmitting to the people around you that you love? What energy are you contaminating the world with or providing the world with? It all begins with this internal state. And when you achieve this internal state and you're aware of your emotions, you're aware of your automatic negative thoughts, you're aware of the limbic response, you can begin to dial down your own emotions, turn up an internal sense of safety, protect your peace. So when others around you are radiating, or I call it leaking vibes, you can protect yourself. When you bring emotional safety to yourself, you then can provide it all around you. So really stop and think, what energy are you bringing to the universe today? What energy are you bringing to your loved ones today? What energy are you bringing for yourself today? How can you provide emotional safety within you that creates more balance within your life? And really pay attention to like the top 1 to 5 people that you spend the most time with. How much are their vibes impacting you? 40% of our cortisol levels increase with the people we spend our time with. I have found over and over again, working with all the pediatrics and many adults, especially adults in dysfunctional, uncomfortable relationships, that their GI health tanks. People with adverse childhood experiences, who have autoimmune diseases, repressed anger, sadness, and emotion, that actually is very much linked to their childhood experiences that they still carry with them. Other people's emotional contagion. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to process because it's almost this mind-blowing concept. Oh my gosh, I can't heal the same place I'm being harmed. How much are other people's anxiety and stress that I'm witnessing through media, through social media, news, loved ones, coworkers, even road rage? How much stress am I catching from others and how much stress am I giving to others? And when you begin to assimilate all this information, that glue that binds our mind to our body is emotions, you can start stepping more into your own power, more into your own control over yourself. You can never control others, but we can begin to control what's inside our own internal emotional state. When you go to my website, drskyler.net, you'll be able to click downloads and links to all this information. I do have a book coming out, Empower Your Child to Heal. But the more this book begins to develop, the more I realize this really isn't just about parents and children. I have friends that are single that are reading chapters of the book now, and it's so relevant. It talks about epigenetic transmission of trauma, catching other people's vibes, how much our limbic system plays a role in our disease process. But if you are a parent with a child with an autoimmune or GI disorder, you'll find this book exceptionally helpful. If you click the download on the website, you'll get a monthly newsletter. I promise I will not bombard you with a bunch of stuff, but you'll get free information and tips, sneak peeks in the book, and really valuable information that can help. I truly hope this information helps, and I'm sending you all so much love, peace, and happy vibes. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I feel so grateful you have listened to the end. When we begin to understand how our body manifests stress, trauma, depression, anxiety, and even unexpressed emotions, we then create a space and bandwidth in our minds to begin to heal our bodies. Healing is a decision, and I am grateful for yours. Abundant blessings, Dr. Schuyler.
To learn more about the work Dr. Schuyler is doing, please visit drschuyler.net. That's drschuyler.net. And remember to subscribe to this podcast wherever you like to listen.